What is going on, guys? It is the Clevercraft here, back with another video for you. Today it is day 2 of bringing this dragon army into Legends League. We're going to see what we can do today. Yesterday wasn't as great as we wanted it to be, so we're hoping to get a couple triples here at least. So without further ado, let's get into the first attack. Alright, so we're right into attack number 1 here. Looks like we've got a revenge tower kind of on the outside of the base. We're definitely going to want to take that out with the RC and then use the siege barracks for some pathing for these dragons. I'm hoping the RC walks down here. So we're going to drop her in, use some invis here. We're going to take out this revenge tower for sure, get rid of this air defense here. Let her tank some of that damage there without using one of the invis spells too early. Gives us a little more time. So we're going to go to the expo, and I'm hoping that we walk down to the scatter shot. It looks like we will. Perfect. So we're going to keep invising, pop the haste there. We're just going to keep going quickly here. Try to take out as many of these defenses as we can. Leave that kind of core in the middle for our dragons to take out. But all of these defenses going down on the outside is going to make it a lot easier for our dragons here in a second. We're just going to keep going. If we can take out this RC, that would be pretty huge as well. Perfect, we got her down. One invis left. I think I want to come in on the very top with the dragons. Perfect, we got another air defense down. So we're going to drop the siege barracks in the corner. Queen. Perfect, we nearly missed that middle compartment, but we did pop the invis, which is great. So now we're going to kind of drop our minions there, get rid of some of those trash buildings on the outside. Our baby dragon is helping to funnel. We've got the perfect spot for the dragons to come in through the base here. So we got everything down. Going to drop a haste early to try to get these dragons sped through. I see those ice golems coming, which can always be a bit of an issue. We're going to have to warden ability soon here. That minion prince ability was a little misguided. I didn't see that he was aiming that way. Looks like we tanked most of those air bombs, which is great for the dragons. Getting a lot of damage in quickly through this core. Our super minions and some dragons are down at the bottom doing some good work. I'm going to drop a minion here. Hopefully we can get that cleared. It looks like it's really just this air sweeper kind of slowing us down now. But with these hastes, we should be able to get through. Perfect. It's just that multi-gear and the air defense that are really an issue here. It looks like that giant bomb took out a lot of our dragons on low health, but that should be alright. It looks like we should be able to get through this base. Hard to say for 100%. We're looking close. Time is running down, but I think we should have enough time with the warden still up. He moves pretty quickly. Perfect. All right. Looks like we've got all the defenses down. 3 buildings left. This attack went perfectly. This is exactly how you want to use dragons. Get a nice funnel in. Use the warden ability early. So that's great. Perfect. And yeah, I think we're ready to get right into the second attack here. Alright, there's no time to waste. Let's get right into attack number 2, and here we go. Alright, so I can see the revenge tower kind of separated in the middle there. That could be a bit of an issue. Other than that, it looks like we should be able to have pretty good pathing kind of around the base. We will want to take out this monolith and these 2 air defenses down here. So let's drop the RC, get her invis. She does take a hit from the monolith, but that's not too big of a deal. We'll invis that one mortar. Could have invis this one, but might as well just let the RC take it out since she's still under invis. We can invis the monolith. It'll get taken out here in a second. We go to this second air defense, which we can just throw an invis on because it will get taken out. I probably should have invised over it again, but it's not a huge issue when I use the haste spell there. We're taking out a lot of strong defenses here. We're going to get this super wizard tower, this multi-inferno as well. Hopefully we could also get this fire spitter because that could be a bit of an issue for us. Perfect, the multi-inferno's down. The super wizard tower is going to go down. We might even be able to get that poison tower as well, especially with the Phoenix. So we're going to want to come in from this side. Let's drop the Siege Barracks, Queen's Giant Arrow. Unfortunately, that Revenge Tower is still up, which could be an issue. We can take out a few of these buildings here, drop all the dragons, get the Warden and Minion Prince in. We probably will want to use a haste early, as I typically do. Oh, the baby dragon just ate that. So we're going to drop a haste right now. There's that ice golem there. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. He won't freeze too many of our dragons. That Revenge Tower is doing a lot of damage. We should be able to take it out. Perfect. All right. Now we have a lot of dragons left, but most of them are kind of low health here. We'll definitely secure this two star for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of damage. This air sweeper is kind of slowing the dragons down here. That's a bit of an issue with this attack if you don't look at the air sweepers, which I typically do not. I guess since I don't have too much experience with the dragons, I kind of neglect the air sweepers, which I should not. Seems to be one of the biggest things, along with the pathing of the dragons. It looks like there are only a few buildings here, and we still have the Archer Queen, Minion Prince, and the Warden up, along with a few super minions here. It looks like they're likely going to be taken down by this merged Archer Tower. Expo is going to do some damage to our Queen. We might be able to get to it before it takes her out. It doesn't look like we will. We're a little low on time here, but it does look like we should be strong enough to get through the entirety of the base. It's just a question of if we have the time now. It's looking close. It's going to come down to the wire here. 10 seconds left. 3 more buildings here. It's really, really close. Oh, and that looks like it might end it for us. So 99% time fail. Not the worst thing to happen here in Legends. Alright, there's no time to waste. It is time to get into this third attack. This base is looking a little difficult here, but I'm hoping we can get to this Revenge Tower if we drop the RC at the bottom here. A lot of defenses, especially with a lot of health to get through first, but we're going to try our best. Save the invis for just a second there. Tank a little bit of damage. Alright, so there are 2 hidden Teslas that have popped, and there are 2 more. So we are going to have a bit of a tricky time here getting to that Revenge Tower. We're going to pop the haste. There's the last hidden Tesla. We should be able to get to it, it looks like. We still have 6 invis left. Drop another one here. We might be able to even get this long shot down if we can get the targeting on us for a second and use the invises correctly. But that's definitely not the biggest priority here. Just need this Revenge Tower down. Alright, now our RC is going after the long shot there. Do a bit of damage. That's not horrible to just kind of get him down. We're going to want to funnel here. Obviously, we use the Siege Barracks, Queen's Giant Arrow, get some damage in throughout the base. We're going to drop this baby dragon, and then we will have a pretty solid path for our dragons here. Looks like, unfortunately, we couldn't get the opponent's Minion Prince down, so he's going to do a little bit of damage. I am a little worried about this furnace here. We should be able to just warden this through. We have the dragons moving pretty quickly here. They're going to be tanking quite a bit of damage because unfortunately we had to warden early, so they're going to get hit by that Giga Bomb. Looks like the dragons on the bottom side have taken a lot of damage. We can take that there, that there. Now it's just kind of seeing if we have enough firepower to get through the rest of the base here. It looks like these dragons will take a bit of damage from that air defense, and then this Archer Queen here will be a bit of an issue, especially because the king is there, really just soaking up some damage. We're going to try to pick off as many pieces of the base that we can. This isn't looking too bad. I don't think we're going to have enough here to get to the entirety of the base, especially with this poison tower left. It'll slow our dragons down a lot. Unfortunately, it looks like they're all going to walk into it. They're going to eat some air bombs. Our minion prince goes down. So unfortunately, we won't be able to get the 3-star here, but an 83% 2-star isn't too bad here in Legends. As long as we keep the percentages high, we should be able to keep climbing, especially with our new base design that we have. If you want a link to that, please let me know. But without further ado, let's get into this 4th attack. Alright guys, so I have gone ahead and added the noble iron instead of the metal pants here. So we're going to try it out, and this base here is a little bit tricky with that revenge tower in the middle. We won't be able to get to it with the RC, but we're going to try to get a good path for the dragons to hopefully make it there quickly. With those poison towers on each side there, the town hall, it is definitely going to slow us down. Hopefully these hastes will be enough to kind of get us through, but we're going to drop the RC kind of towards the bottom side here. It should be able to get us some decent damage on a lot of these key defenses. Probably will only be able to get one air defense down, but that is all right. Let's keep going here. We're going to drop another invis. Pop the haste. We have just taken a lot of damage there, so we don't want to take too much more and let our RC die early. Alright, it looks like we are getting pretty close to the middle of the base here. We've popped that poison tower and got it down, and we still have a lot of invis left here. We might be able to make it all the way to the revenge tower here, which would be massive. That would help us out so much. Come on. Oh, let's see if it... Oh, and it looks like that tornado trap will pull us away from the revenge tower, but we do have a pretty good kind of funnel here. We'll be able to take down a lot of these outer buildings here. The RC is still in there with the Phoenix doing some work, so let's go ahead, drop the Queen's Arrow. We should be able to set up a pretty good funnel here. It is kind of getting put together nicely. As long as these dragons go up top and don't kind of go down to that bottom area, we can get all of that done with these minions. So it looks like a couple dragons are unfortunately going to go that way, but it looks like the majority are going to go with our minion prince. Oh, and we don't want to see the warden leave. That is very unfortunate. Those dragons there will be able to get the revenge tower down, which is great. We have a couple dragons up top with the super minions getting through there, but that super wizard tower does do a lot of damage to them. We'll probably want to haste. That might have been too early. Looks like we're going to struggle to get the town hall here, if at all. Perfect, the dragons have gone that way. This was looking very close to a fail, but I think these dragons should have just enough there to get the town hall. I guess I should have tried to funnel that bottom area a bit quicker. The minions did kind of get taken out by the furnace mites there, but at the end of the day, an 83% isn't too horrible here in Legends. Alright guys, let's get right into this 5th attack. Okay, so I'm not seeing the revenge tower just yet. Kind of scouting here. I see a lot of heavy defense in the middle there. The air defenses are kind of in a U-shaped on that outside. There's that revenge tower at the very top there, so we should be able to pick this off kind of easily, and then hopefully have our RC funnel down to the right side. So we're going to focus on getting this mortar, get this archer tower, and then hopefully after we get this double cannon, our RC is going to go up. Looks like she should path up here. Perfect. We're going to take out this revenge tower, and then our RC should path down. I like to drop the haste a little early there so we don't have to waste a bunch of invises getting her to run down to this kind of compartment here. Alright, perfect. Looks like we should be able to get this multi-gear, this fire spitter, and hopefully this scatter shot as well. We should be able to get a ton of defenses down here, and when we get a lot of value with the RC, that does allow us to get the dragons through the base a lot easier. We should also be able to get this this rage tower down. All right, perfect. The rage tower is going to go down. we can ignore the RC and just let her do her thing there. So we can kind of drop this siege barracks there. The queen, perfect. Get some damage in on those core defenses again. So we should be able to kind of get those pesky side buildings off there. The dragons, minion prince, and warden are all down. We're going to haste early, get these dragons through the town hall, take out the guardian. It looks like our minion prince has been frozen there by the ice golems. We're just going to drop or use the warden ability pretty early here. We could have waited a second or two there, but we do want to kind of slow down all of this DPS here in the middle. Using the minion prince's ability there does really help, especially hitting that monolith and that air defense. So it looks like a lot of air bombs got to pop there. There's still a bit of damage here in the middle. That multi-target Inferno can definitely be a bit of an issue, but with the queen up, minion prince up, we should be able to get some work done here. So the minion prince got pushed and goes down. Hopefully the queen will target this multi-target. Oh, a bit of low battery. Okay, the multi-target is down. This giant cannon should go down here in a second, and hopefully our queen will stay alive. All right, perfect. It's down. We have lots of time left here. It's really just the king that could be an issue, but it shouldn't be with 2 P.E.K.K.A.s alive and just this little wizard tower. All right, perfect. The king is down. This is going to be another 3-star. Great day so far. Just high percentage 2 stars and 3 stars. That's what we like to see. So let's get into the next attack here quickly. All right, we are all set to go for attack number 6. Let's see what base we have here. All right, it's looking pretty spread out, which definitely goes against the dragons here. They have that new crafted defense that will throw the bombs out. So we're going to want to bring our RC down on the bottom here. Hopefully get to that revenge tower and also get that fire spitter. There's a lot of big defenses down here, which could be great, especially if we get this poison tower down as well. All right, so let's go and drop our RC, drop an invis, get her moving through here quickly. The haste has definitely been a lot better for us compared to using the other equipment. It definitely makes the biggest difference. We're going to try to invis over these defenses as much as possible so that we can get the RC moving even faster. It really makes a difference just being able to drop an invis over these defenses and kind of save a bit of time there. All right, we're gonna have to drop another invis now. We need our RC to path up. Unfortunately, she's gonna path the wrong way, and with the haste activated, it's too late to kind of make that monolith invis and have her go back the other way, but it should be all right to get this monolith down. Also get this double cannon down as well. The multi-archer tower could potentially go down as well with the Phoenix, but I think our RC is going to target the king once she dies there. All right, so we're going to make a bit of a clearing here. Drop that queen with a giant arrow. We have a decent way through the base here. Pretty decent funnel. The only issue is that poison tower is going to slow us down. We're going to have to use our warden ability pretty early so that this revenge tower doesn't really destroy us. Unfortunately, it did do a lot of damage to those 2 dragons. The poison tower has slowed us down a lot. It looks like we're going to sit here and take a lot of damage from this long shot, unfortunately. Those ice golems are really, really annoying to have in the CC and have to take out with the dragons. I might have to try to find a way to kind of counter that. I have been liking the Noble Iron, though, on our Minion Prince. It does help a little bit, but I might go back to the Metal Pants. It makes him a little more tanky for a bit longer. Unfortunately, I can't see us getting the 3-star here. I'm going to try to pick off as many buildings as we can with the minions. We did take a lot of damage. I don't know if getting that revenge tower would have actually made too much of a difference. This base is just very spread out, and it's very hard to do too well with the dragons here. But let's get into this next attack and see how we can do for attack number 7. All right, we are ready for attack number 7. Let's get into it and see what we can do here. This base is looking a little spread out again, so it looks like it's going to be a little tricky. The double invis is going to be a bit annoying. I find invises with the dragons, it can be hard to play against just because the dragons don't get through the base too quickly. These 3 hastes have been nice, but we're going to drop the RC up top. Hopefully take out this monolith. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, and see what else we can clear with her. Don't really care about that hidden Tesla. It won't do too much damage. There's a lot of that base down there that baby dragon should be able to take out on its own, which is great. We're going to want to pop this haste pretty soon. She's taking a lot of damage. So let's see. We can get this giant or this double cannon here. All right, our RC is going to path to the left, and that is perfectly okay. We're going to take out this fire spitter, maybe a few more of these defenses, take out this mortar on the outside. It wasn't the best kind of pathing to create for the dragons here, unfortunately. There's still just so much left. Unfortunately, we don't get another invis in there. It looks like there's some hidden Teslas, so the baby dragon didn't take out too much there, but we will be able to use the archer queen. Her giant arrow should pop both of those invis towers, but unfortunately we missed that there. That first invis tower is already popped. It would have been nice to maybe save the archer queen a little bit and have her pop that second invis tower a bit later. Looks like our dragons are going to struggle here. I missed getting down these air sweepers. I probably should have had her in the corner. All right, perfect. We get that invis tower down before it pops again. I don't know if our dragons are going to be able to get to the revenge tower in time before we take a ton of damage. We can slow it down a little bit with the minion prince ability. We still have a lot coming through here. With that fire spitter pointing right at most of our dragons, we're going to take a ton of damage. That second invis tower pops. That giga bomb does a lot of damage to our warden, and the minion prince has a lot of health up there. Looks like everything has been shredded, unfortunately. Not too great of attack, but that's all right. We still have one more attack, and let's see if we can 3-star on our last attack. All right, guys, we're all ready to go for attack number 8. Let's get right into it here. Wow, this base is looking pretty strong here. A lot of upgraded defenses. Wow, they've upgraded very quickly. It looks a little spread out, so our dragons are going to have quite a tough time here, especially with that extra health and DPS on these new levels. And that level 5 Guardian will do a ton of damage. So we're going to have to come in through the top with the RC and with the dragons as well, or else we won't be able to warden ability and kind of save the dragons from most of the damage. All right, we have the RC going in. There are a lot of buildings there with a lot of health. We should be able to get to that revenge tower, and hopefully we can take it out even with the invis tower being there. Baby dragon is doing some great work. Looks like we're going to take the minion prince down. We've popped the haste. Invis tower is almost down. Revenge tower is almost down. We should be able to just take those out kind of with the aura from the... Oh no. Looks like we're having some connection issues here. This is not good. I'm really hoping we can reconnect. We've taken out so many key defenses here, which has been incredible for us. It would be a shame if we can't reconnect. Come on, okay. Come on. I'm just going to keep playing as if we are still, like, connected. All right, we've set up a great funnel here for the dragons. This is perfect. If we can reconnect, this will be an... You have to be kidding me. Well, it looks like that is the end of the video, guys. Let's see. We got, wow, 31%. That is really unfortunate. We had a great day so far, but it looks like Supercell has nerfed us there with the disconnection. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. But without further ado, I'm out.